Are we ready? Yeah. Are you ready? Yes! All bananas unite! All bananas unite! Aye. All bananas unite! All bananas unite! I say peel, banana! I say peel, banana! I say peel, banana, peel, banana! Peel, banana, peel, banana! I say eat banana, eat banana! I say eat banana, eat banana! I say eat banana, eat banana! Eat banana, eat banana! I say go banana, go banana! Go banana! I think in this workshop I've been made to be aware that there is no man is an island. I cannot do this work alone, you know. I need to connect with other people that are doing the similar work that I'm doing. You know, like any other boy that grows up in the township, you know, facing like challenges around poverty and so on, peer pressure. And then I became part of the gang, you know, and I think me being part of the gang, I thought that I knew, you know, I thought that I'm the man, you know. And and again, it was around like being wanted to be recognized in my community. And then there was that sense of when I was with my friends, I felt like I belong here, you know. And then belong here in a way that we could relate into what we were doing. We will smoke together, we will go and steal together. And we have done this as as boys growing up in a township. But then that got out of hand because then we started like smoking heavy drugs, you know, like patins, doing patins, and then we found out that the money that we're robbing from the local, like if we steal a crate of case of Coca-Cola drinks and go and sell it, it doesn't give us enough money. Then we went high, you know, in like, let's go and start robbing white people now, you know. And then we started breaking the houses of white people. And then one day I got arrested when we broke a house in Muizenberg. And yeah, I think for me that was a turning point of my life because then I knew that I've done something wrong and I need to face my actions, you know. I need to, like action consequences, you know. So what I've been doing, I have to pay it off. And like the first day I got arrested, I started like trying to point fingers at people, like my mother, she drinks and but then as I was there, I realized that my mother never sent me there. When I was in Pollsmoor, yeah, amazing stuff happened to me, you know. As I step into that place, one thing that came very strongly to me is that I'm tired of being a gang, you know. I'm tired of listening to other people about my life, you know. And yeah, as I step in there, you know, the first question, normal question, Jay, who are you? And I will respond loudly and say, I'm a Swan France, you know, I know nothing, you know. In Xhosa we say Impata, I guess Mampara, you know. And then I think sitting in that space, I understood more that this is who am I, you know. I don't have to have a number or a badge or be attached in a certain gang. I need to be attached to myself. I need to start claiming my life back. And as these questions came to my head, asking who are you, you know, and what is your purpose in life, I think when I look at that, I'm kind of like to say, I found the light on the other side of the tunnel, you know, because I had to go through Pollsmoor and stay in a solitary cell for 5 days thinking about these questions and trying to answer them. And it was even more when I came across the mountains because I found a place where I can sit under a shady spot and find a rock and listen to the river flowing and answer that question like motivated and like really saying, I'm sure about it. This is who am I. This is me. I'm Lerato. So yeah, you know, so at first like I was like, I don't want to go to the mountains, you know, I don't. And then my teacher came back again and said, Lerato, we need 60 people, you know. And then yeah, I ended up going to Table Mountain and then we hiked. And you know, when I saw the mountains, when I felt the spirit of the mountains, I was like, this is what I want to do. I want to take the wilderness and use it as a classroom to bring healing to young people's life from my society, from my community, from disadvantaged areas. And when I came back from the mountains, something huge happened, something around me believing to myself more and wanting to go and change people's lives and like offer what needs to be offered, you know, so that like a space whereby I don't have to guide them or lead them, but a space where they can feel free to guide their journey and grow from that. And so when I went back, I was like, I want to do this. I want to work with young people and like use the wilderness as a classroom, which I ended up doing.
We brought the workshop together because as Sanbi we had a sense of here's an amazing body of practice, wilderness youth development work, that's happening in a lot of different ways, in a lot of different places, rural, urban. Some of the organizations that do it are wilderness organizations, some organizations are youth development organizations, some of it happens just on urban local authority nature reserves in urban areas. And there's this wide-ranging, deep body of knowledge, but it doesn't know itself. So our thinking was to bring this group of people together as a community of practice to begin to profile the contribution that biodiversity makes to the field of youth development, and also the work that's being done in youth development in wilderness areas, be they rural or urban. So, Don, why is wilderness important to social development in South Africa?
Tanya, that's a huge question. I mean, wow, drop a bomb, hey? Yeah, I was part of the drafting of the Child Justice Bill, which became the Act, and then produced a program which would take kids into the wilderness. So the first part of it was experimental. Would these things work in that way? USICO has been running now we started 15 years ago. We've taken kids through, it comes from the stories. You know, the storytelling at the end of the day that the kids do tells you what they feel, what they've been through. Like the one guy who said, just in passing after the process, he said, you know, I was a child at the bottom of the mountain, but when I got to the top, I was a man. You know, little things like that, they have a transformation happens. And really, if you don't have that transformation, you're stuck. You're stuck in your old ways. And the transformatory process has been proved over and over again over the years with countless stories that we have with these kids. We've got kids who were in the streets toting guns who ended up going through university getting degrees. And they all go back to that experience. Changed me. That's what they say.
So I took these guys. It was quite an experience with this young human being as well. African men, Xhosa men, you always say I'm a Xhosa, and fortunately I had to be a female guide to them and as well. And sometimes it felt to me as a person that is in the wilderness, that understand the wilderness. Sometimes you lead people and you want them to feel the way that I am feeling or the way that you are feeling, but it's impossible sometimes. That is where when you guide, you just say, wilderness, take it part. So this young man was always like that human being. So I took him into a couple of trails, but there was just one similar trail that has done something to him, which I'm not going to say it's me. I just facilitate the process, but the wilderness take it part and take control of every individual and every emotion. So this young person, we did all we do on trail, solitaire, night watch, and then after all of that, we have Indaba, where we just sit down and then talk about the people's feeling and so on. At first, when we first entered, he was like feeling, oh, I'm here because I'm supposed to be here. But at the end of the trail, the very last Indaba that I had with that group was much powerful, because he only said to us, with the tears running down his face, he just said to us, you know what, I've just found myself. So with that, me as a guide and the group knowing this individual, so it was like, wow. We wanted to ask, what is it that makes you find yourself? He said, no, it's something that I can't explain and I can't even define that meaning of finding myself. But what I know, it's just that I just find something that I never thought that I would find. And my life, it's no longer the same as the person that I was when I first came here. So that for me was like, wow, thank you, Wilderness. He has done such an incredible and powerful thing. Those words coming to that person was so powerful, very touching to me because I know him.